The secret lists to get huge wholesaling real estate deals and the secret lists that have a lot of motivated sellers in them. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here. And in today's video, I want to give you and reveal some secret lists that you're probably not pulling in your wholesaling real estate business and in your virtual wholesaling business, and stuff that you need to be pulling right now for the best success possible for wholesaling real estate. So guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Zach Ginn. I've done over 1,000 real estate wholesaling deals, virtually and in-person combined. And what I could tell you is I've pretty much pulled every single list imaginable in my wholesaling real estate operations. And I do a lot of JVing deals. I teach hundreds of thousands of people how to get into wholesaling real estate. And I've helped so many people get their first deal. And honestly, when I've seen the entire wide array of wholesaling real estate, I can tell you that I've seen some very secret lists. I've seen lists that seem like they're the biggest secret in the world, and honestly, they're not as good as one might imagine. So what I want to do specifically in this video is break down some of my top secret lists and sort of get rid of the myths of the top list ever for wholesaling success. So before we get into it, do me a big favor. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe, and let's talk about these lists. So I think the first list that we need to understand that are secrets for getting huge wholesaling deals and regular wholesaling real estate deals are, first of all, let's go through the paid list. Because what I could tell you is, more or less looking at this, there's really 8 types of big, really big, nice, like secret lists that you can pull in your business. And really only one of them is really paid. And these are paid lists, right? These are paid lists. I use services like ListREI.com, ZachDay.com, basically PropStream and Batch, where I can pay for a list and find really good wholesaling real estate deals. I actually do really well pulling these type of lists, and I found a lot of great success with them. What are these type of lists, right? If you go to any of these services, you can pull the regular high equity list, the tire landlord list, the zombie properties list. These type of paid lists are really good. There's a lot of really good wholesaling knowledge that I can teach on these type of lists at freewholesaling.com, which, you know, hint, quick plug, is my free real estate wholesaling course where I show you how to pull these lists. And the point of why I tell you should go through the freewholesaling.com course is because it breaks down specifically in each type of these lists where to go. So let's say, for example, the high equity list. Most wholesalers, when they pull the high equity list, that's not secret at all. Pretty much your entire competition is pulling that list, and you're probably not going to get a deal if you just pull the regular like high equity PropStream list. But if you use the secret filters that I share at freewholesaling.com, exactly how to pull them, most likely you're going to be successful. What are these type of filters, right? I don't want to reveal too much of the secret sauce to you guys unless you go to freewholesaling.com. Got to have you go there, right? It's the largest wholesaling course, over 50,000 people. But let me give you some game on it. Like, first of all, what I've seen on like a high equity list is you got to make it smaller. So what I've seen on here is the equity needs to be at least 60% for you to get some type of motivation from these lists. Next here, I like the person to own the property for at least 3 years on these type of lists. Sometimes you can push it to 5 if you have like a big metro market, you really want to make it smaller. But honestly, what I've seen, if the person's owned it for at least 3 years, they have a lot of equity, and the property is below the median home price in that city or county or municipality, you're going to be fine. That's really what I like. No MLS on them. Some other secret little things I have found is make sure in a high equity, the person doesn't own more than 3 to 5 properties. Honestly, when you start owning 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 houses, they're not really motivated sellers. At most, a motivated seller is going to be a person that owns maybe 2 or 3 rentals at most, and then their personal residences. After 5, they're running it like a business, and most businesses don't want to get rid of a property quick for cash, right? They're running it like an LLC or a corporation. I really like it when there's no LLCs or companies in these type of lists, right? So you can exclude them if you use a company like ZachDay.com or ListREI.com to actually pull these type of lists and services. That's why I recommend you go from there. On top of that, tire landlords, people that just own a rental property, want to get rid of it, right? A lot of these are what we call in the wholesaling industry mom and pop landlords, right? These are people that maybe own 1 or 2. It's a little bit of a retirement. They're not running a huge operation. They don't own millions upon millions of dollars of cash flow they're coming in. Maybe it's not that many rentals. They just want to get rid of it, right? Quick secret I give to you from all of my knowledge. If somebody's trying to sell more than one property, if they own less than 5, you can pretty much make it work. From there, it gets a little more complicated. And then the zombie properties list, right? I promise you guys, it sounds a lot sexier than it really is. It's basically a pre-foreclosure, which isn't really a secret list. I think everyone wholesaling real estate actually knows how to pull this type of list, but it's a pre-foreclosure that the person abandoned the property. So basically it's a vacant pre-foreclosure. Like, hey, I stopped paying my mortgage payments. you know what, there's no equity, I'm just going to leave this house. And maybe there is equity and you can make some money from it. Just zombie property. It's a disgusting house. It's abandoned, just sitting there. I love these type of lists. A lot of people move out and they stop making payments for it, or unfortunately someone passes away. It's a probate type situation, and that's how you do it. Those are my top paid secret list. If you use the filters I said and the ones on top at freewholesaling.com, where I basically shared how you do it the right way, just go to freewholesaling.com. It's all in there. Now, number 2 here, I call it a secret list. You know, my massive deals, pretty much every deal I'm doing over $50, $60, $70, $80,000 in profit are from probates. And that's number 2 here. Guys, you have to be pulling the probates. Probates is a killer, crucial list for success, guys. If you're not pulling the probates, you are 100% missing out to an amazing, successful wholesaling real estate list. And it's definitely one you should be pulling in your business right now. So I'm telling you guys, pull the probates, go to your city's clerk of the court website and actually pull it from the public records, or you go in person and get them. Remember, guys, at freewholesaling.com, I really break down how to do that. Now, number 3 here. Now we're getting the list that I can almost guarantee, I would probably say if you're not subscribed to this channel, there's probably a 10% chance you've ever heard of this list. And this is the garage sale list, guys. No one really talks about the garage sale list anymore. I think when things were a little different in wholesaling, like 2 or 3 years ago, garage sales were a lot more common 3, 4, 5 years ago when I started in this business. Now it's not talked about, right? Everyone loves Gary Vee, right? Gary Vee always talks about doing garage sale flips, but like back in the old timers days, right? When I started like 5, 6 years ago, used to be able to go to garage sale or cold call people that had a garage sale and see if they wanted to sell their property. A lot of these garage sales, people are selling because they need to get some money. And sometimes they just got to get rid of the property, right? And it's actually a really, really good list. Of course, it's a numbers game. But honestly, like if you cold call 100 garage sales, there's probably a good chance it's an ugly house and someone just wants to get rid of the property because they're trying to get some quick cash, right? Or they're just have a bunch of junk, right? The garage sales are great. I actually have a garage sale mastery, basically marketing modules in freewholesaling.com where I just show you how to use it. Rick also does, and it works. Guys, my dad Rick's been doing this for decades on the garage sales. It's absolutely amazing. Number 4 here, this is one that I've screamed about from the rooftops that you guys should be pulling. And a lot of you guys pull it and you guys become successful. Some of you guys don't pull it and you come to me and be like, oh, what's going on? It's not working right. This is the water shutoff list. The water shutoff list is such an amazing, critical list to be pulling. Guys, if the water's not running in your house, you probably not want to live in it. It's probably not working right. It just seems like a property just to get rid of, right? The water shutoff list is essential for your success in wholesaling real estate. If you want to pull it, guys, I'm telling you, there's so many huge deals. There's a ton of motivated sellers in this list. A lot of people that evict a tenant and they're just sitting there and, you know, it's a landlord. The water's not running on the house. It's shut off. And it's not the water, like, non-payment. It's the water shut off. Like, if the water's not running in a house, I don't care if you paid it or you don't pay it. The water's not running. It's a good list to be going after. Number 5 here is the cousin of this, the fire damage property list, right? The fire damage property list is basically a list of people that have a house that the fire department went on the call, and the property usually went on fire. Really good list. Guys, think of those two, right? Like, how do I get the water shutoff list? I go to the local utility department, and I ask them, make sure it's a public utility department, ask for all open water shutoffs on the property. So if there's an open basically thing on it saying that the water shut off, there's no payments going on here, don't run water to this place on that account, the account's pretty much shut down, you need to get that list and get it from the local utility department. I have it for free at freewholesaling.com. And the fire damage property list, you just get it from the local fire department. Hey, how many properties did you go on? Basically on house calls where the house went on fire. You get that list, you should do it. You can even pull it on Facebook. I do teach that at freewholesaling.com. Wink, wink, it's all on there. Number 6 here is the code violation list, guys. I've screamed forever about how important it is to pull the code violation list. The code violation list is basically a list of all the properties with tall grass. No one's cutting their grass. Code enforcement comes by and actually puts violations on the property. Guys, it's an amazing list. I 100% recommend you actually go and actually pull this list. If you're not pulling it, you are 100% missing out to a very, very successful list if you actually go after them, guys. Some of my biggest deals are from code violations. You can have structural damage on properties. You can actually get properties that have mold or mildew on them. So I would go to the local county code enforcement department. Sometimes they're called the neighborhood services department, and ask for a list of all the code violations that are open for the past month of tall grass, structural damage, or mold or mildew. I promise you keep pulling this list consistently, you're going to do well, guys. I mentioned before, numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all free lists. Number 7, this is another free list. This is the arrest record list. The arrest, guys, not a lot of people talk about this. This is a secret list, guys. When I've been doing a lot of these deals, a lot of these people are getting arrested and they're going to jail and they just got to get rid of an ugly looking house. These are the arrest records. I'm not here to judge anyone, but they're still human beings too, and they have properties they own. Maybe they want to get rid of it for cash, right? And usually they have a time deadline that they got to get out of the property, right? And if they want to sell it for a certain price, you're pretty much good to go. You can close very fast, right? So the arrest record list is a great list to be going after. What I could tell you is if somebody got arrested and they own property, which usually half of the time, maybe 40% of the time they do, if you can just find the homeowners that got arrested and just market to them, it works really well. Just treat it like your regular marketing. Hey, are you looking to sell your property? Don't say, I saw you got arrested, I'm looking to buy your house. That never works out. Just, hey, are you looking to sell your property? That can work really well. The last one here is sort of a cousin of the arrest record list. So like, first of all, how do you find the arrest record list? You just go to your sheriff's department and get a list of all the people that got arrested for the past month. And then you can cross-reference that with the VA or yourself and just see if that person owned property on the property appraiser website. And you're pretty much good to go. A lot of these arrest records you can pull from the sheriff's department. They actually show if the person has an address, and then you can basically see what the owner of that address is. You're pretty much good to go. Number 8, here's the last one. This is the bail bondsman. This might be shocking to you, but these bail bondsmen, actually, when someone puts something up for bail, and I've never been arrested, I don't really have family that's ever been arrested, but what I can tell you is when you get arrested, how the process works. I've watched a lot of Dog the Bounty Hunter back in my day, but they put up their house as collateral if, they jump ship or, they run away on bail, which is not a good thing. Guess what? When they jump ship, the bail bondsman owns property. And that's pretty interesting, right? And if you can get a list from the bail bondsman of properties that they own and they just want to get rid of because they just want the cash for the bail, you can work with them and actually do really well. Some of them have realtors, right? So sometimes it's a little different, but if you can build a relationship with them, it's going to work really well. Or here's the best part. Maybe they're having a cash situation and they can't pay the bail bondsman back, but they have a nice house and the bail bondsman doesn't want to go through the expense of actually taking over the property. Maybe the bail bondsman can reach out to you and you can buy that person's house and make sure the bail bondsman gets paid, and it's a win-win solution for the best success. Guys, these are my top secret lists for getting huge discounts on your real estate wholesaling deals and get motivated sellers that want to sell the property for huge discounts for wholesaling real estate success. Most people really don't know much about these lists and actually how to pull them the right way. So if you want to learn actually how to pull this list the right way for the best success possible in wholesaling real estate, I 100% recommend you go to freewholesaling.com. That is my free real estate wholesaling website and course. We have over 50,000 students in there learning real estate wholesaling absolutely for free. In there, you actually get free coaching calls from me. Like, you're watching this video right now, you'll get a link to talk to me one-on-one. It costs no money. There's no way you can pull your wallet out and pay me. I literally do it all for free because I want to help the real estate wholesaling industry, guys. My dad taught me real estate wholesaling at a very young age as a teenager, and I felt so compelled to teach everyone exactly how I got that free knowledge for you guys that I want to change the wholesaling real estate business. I hate these gurus. They drive me crazy. They're all full of everything, and I wholesale real estate for real. I'm legit. I want to teach you how to become a 7-figure wholesaler just like me. So if you do me a favor, go to freewholesaling.com and you can start pulling these lists, guys. I actually hold your hand and show you how to pull these. I literally go on the websites, show you. I do live streams. I literally show you exactly every single one for the best success possible. And you can start doing the same thing. How to talk to sellers, my scripts, my contracts, everything you possibly want to know, how to sell your deals as quick as possible. Just go to freewholesaling.com. I'll teach you everything I personally know about wholesaling real estate so you can have the best success possible and destroy your competition who's listening to these stinking gurus. Guys, this is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one. Go to freewholesaling.com. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.